So back at the funeral march, the crowd.
Man, I thought my headphones stopped working because everyone's on mute, and I was like, oh no.
Nope, sorry, there's just a bit of a pause. I was getting ready. Yeah. So everyone has been prepared for the worst as best as they can. And they begin to proceed forward at a slow, even pace. You're close to the lore matron, who is the matron of the Ahawk clan. And you hear her say, "Stick together. Kava isn't here, so it wouldn't be a stretch for her to plan something to happen." They nod and murmur, "But her daughter's here." The Laura matron hushes, "Shh, we don't want to know. We don't know if Raxa has anything to do with Kava's intention." And then she turns to her servant. "Liam, keep an eye on her." And Luna, you pause for a second because this human turns his face and you immediately recognize him because he looks just like Glock.
Do I know the dad's name? Like, did you ever tell me?
Yes.
And it was Liam.
It was Liam.
You know, like 20 minutes ago, I was like, I forgot his name, so I told myself it was Wesley.
No, it's Liam.
Okay, Liam.
I drew Liam too, actually. So here's Liam.
Oh, it was so sad.
I mean, yeah, he's been asleep his whole life. So yeah. He,
What was that?
His only hair is left on his chin. There's nothing else.
I mean, yeah, he's like 40.
No.
He's a dad. He's got this dad vibe going on.
Yeah.
He seems to be well fed and relatively healthy, and he actually has some nice clothing on. And he just nods, and then kind of silently falls to the back of their group, and in closer proximity to the devil woman that you met earlier. The heat continues to weight down upon you. I need you guys to make con saves because this heat is so immense.
Oh boy. Okay, I think I boosted up my constitution.
16.
I don't know.
Okay. Good. You pass. Luna, you're okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of a way to get to Liam in some way.
So I rolled a 16, my con save is 2, so like 18.
Okay. You guys are both okay. It's uncomfortable. It's very hot. But
we deal.
But you do. Yep. So
How's Fiona doing?
Let me see what I always doing. Let's have a look. She's starting to waver, the first signs of heat stroke are coming through. You'll think you might either need to help her walk or give her some water.
Is water allowed on this funeral march?
You did see people drinking water, yes.
What?
No water in this funeral!
No water! Just slap it on your head.
So we don't have one of those create water spells.
You have ice knife, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You just give him a.
It's just conjure a giant spike. You just kind of take bites off it.
So, is that what you're gonna do?
Put the dough in your mouth.
Do that.
Instantaneous slurpee time.
You always do? I mean,
No, that's all we got, maybe. This is for Fiona.
that's true. I mean, we can break a piece off for her too.
The idea was her first, but you seem to be doing it.
Okay. So what do you? I don't know what you guys are doing.
What was that?
I don't know what you guys are doing right now. Are you making the ice?
Cutting out.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, are we going to do the ice knife thing or not? That's all we have to feed Fiona. No.
You see Fiona actually start to like bend over and pant really heavily.
Okay, so
Sweating profusely.
Okay. I'll conjure myself.
conjure something.
Alright, so
Keyanthi is going to look for someone that she can ask for some assistance.
okay.
So do you have a perception check for that?
Yeah, you can do
Alright,
perception
let's
check.
perceive a help.
Okay.
Perceive a friend.
So I will roll for me perception. And then
Oh, I was rolling a d40. I'm getting really excited. Oh, gosh. Alright. I rolled a 10.
10. Okay, so you look around, and you see you see the lore matron and her followers. There's Liam, who is a servant of that group. And there's the high priestess and her priestesses at the front. You see the devil woman and her companion from before.
Okay.
To just a little ways behind you. And you who else is on this trip? Yeah, that's most of the group. I will let you make I see investigation. This is okay, so make either investigation or general charisma check to like deduce who would be friendly enough to help you.
I think a general charisma check would be the best option for me. That's a being smart. Let's see.
Can I just generally be helping to give her advantage? While I hold my ice knife?
Sure. You can generally be searching as well.
Okay, so then does that mean I roll again?
Yeah, you can roll again.
You are smarter than me. What? That's 20 if I roll again.
Yeah, help.
Oh yeah, thank you for helping. You pointed exactly the direction I needed to go.
Okay, so did you get a 20?
A nat 20.
A nat 20. Okay. So you think back to like, the only person that's talked to you is actually that devil woman.
That's true.
The underbid set.
And she talked about relatable things.
She was open.
And she was open about it. So like she is open to talking to you. There's also you see the servant of the lore matron, Liam, and he has this like really big dad vibe to him. So like a paternal I want to provide and take care of you kind of vibe.
Cool.
And it's got a dad vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll say those are the two that you can towards.
As much as I could ask for the lovely demon lady boob sweat to hydrate her friends and stuff, I don't believe that'd be I don't believe that'd be a very possible choice. So I'm looking at Dad Bride Man over the lead. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to her and produce the most monkish, I mean no harm vibes whatsoever, and I go to him and I say, "Excuse me, sir, can I go please ask for help?"
He looks to you, sort of sizes you up a little bit, and says, "What can I help you with?"
Well, my poor friend Fiona, she stop doing today on the street, but we need to continue on the session. Do you know of any way that we'll type her out? She seems to not have much time before she thinks.
And he nods and says, I can come look at her. And he walks over. You see him like glance behind you guys, and then comes over to Fiona, and he asks, like, "Do you have water? Has she been consuming water?" Right now, I'm assuming right now that Ryurick is just holding the ice knife.
Yeah, and then like Luna's reverting back to her term habit of staring at people.
Really helpful.
So wide-eyed Luna is just staring at Liam, and he kind of just goes, "Well, I think she needs water. Is this the one that needs help, or is that the one that needs help?"
Right, point at Fiona after looking at your hands.
And he says, "Oh, I always pack extra water. So you may have this."
Oh, wow, thank you so much.
It's like I am but a servant, the Lord Matron. All praise will. My conduct is to reflect her well, so it's a pleasure of mine to serve a guest of the Britons.
Yes, well, I've met the member of the Aha family as well, and I can see that same care and compassion in you as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Who did you meet? I am just curious.
Hold on, is it a whole line? It blocked out the two.
Who did you meet? I'm curious.
B. I heard a B.
Who did you meet?
Thank you. Okay, cool. Let's see. Where are my notes at? I met Colin.
Colin. Colin's very pretty, by the way. Here, I'll show you a picture of him.
Let's look at Colin, baby.
Does he have a brother named Roy?
Oh, he is pretty.
Colin.
Colin.
That's Colin.
I like his swoopy hair.
Yeah, he has swoopy.
Colin, I spelled his name wrong.
Colin.
You spelled that.
Well, I mean, they're all Irish names, so they're all spelled differently. Because their phonetics are completely different. Except for Ryurick, because I made him before I made Drow Culture. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. So you tell Liam that you met Colin.
Yes.
And he smiles and says, Master Colin. Very nice. Very nice. He has really nice hair. He kind of like touches his head sadly. I lost all of mine. He kind of
Luna just looks sadly because Dilok has very pretty hair.
he looks over to you. He says, "My child, what is wrong? You look so sad."
While this is happening, I am going to Fiona and I'm opening this water and I'm trying to help Fiona drink the water.
Okay.
Because they're just kind of ignoring him and talking about here.
Yeah. So Ryurick takes it and just like guzzles that water.
No, sit down. Pace yourself,
And it holds the ice knife. It's so hot. I'm starting to feel better though.
Okay, well just give us some more time. We'll keep an eye on you. Keyanthi turns back to Liam. Thank you again so much for your help. I will remember the generosity of the Aha family.
Yes, I agree.
Totally missed it. I don't know what you said.
Oh, he just agreed. Luna, are you not going to respond to him? Because he asked something.
What did she ask? What did he ask?
What's wrong? Because you looked really sad. And so he...
She kind of stammers a bit, and then she's like, trying to think of like what to ask, sort of thing. Like what to say.
Uh-huh.
And then she just kind of settles on like, what was his last name? Gorm?
Yeah.
Or
Something-
mom's name?
Oh.
Ask him like if he knows anyone from Gorm clan.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. I don't remember what I gave her.
Everyone looks like Cat is here.
Aw, Sherlock.
Cat is here.
Yay!
He's in a little bit. He's been begging for my attention in the secret.
So you see, Liam has this flash of recognition in his eyes. And then he says, I did serve them at one point, yes. Did you catch that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Then she's just kind of just like stuck again for a moment. Like,
He looks over at Keyanthi and leans over. Is she always like this?
Oh, maybe this means.
Do you need water too?
I'm holding the knife, like, the spike. In my mind, it's like a 3-foot spike.
Yeah, like you broke off a piece and are kind of just holding it, like.
Yeah. No, thanks, I'm good. Crap, what was I gonna ask you? Sorry, you just look a lot like someone that I know.
Oh, I don't know how that's possible. I don't have any relatives. He kind of like looks around. Well, I need to return to my clan.
Do you ever get breaks or time off like that?
He gives you a really, really puzzled look. And he says, I do have a dinner break.
Do you like cranberry muffins?
When the lights in the city turn in the city, yeah. So he says, when the lights turn red in the city, I have a break for an hour.
Sorry, what was that?
When the lights turn red in the city, I have a break for an hour. So, like, essentially, when the lights turn red, that means that it's nighttime now. Because they have no light down there. So they just indicate the passage of time through the changing of their illumination.
It is a pretty rhythm for something.
Yeah. So, I am available at that time.
Okay, like, what would she suggest?
I don't know, what would Luna suggest?
What would she suggest? Figure it out. Like, would she suggest that, like, you said dinner breaks, so would she suggest, like, taking her to dinner because she's wealthy?
Make a suggestion check.
Yeah, I guess she would suggest that, yeah. Like just a thought thing. Like she takes him to dinner somewhere nice.
Okay, so you invite him to dinner.
It's important.
It's important. He blushes and says, sure, I didn't think a young lady would want to meet with an old man like me, but I won't say no to a nice dinner.
Okay.
When we return to the surface, perhaps we can meet.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
sort of surface. You know what I mean. The city.
Well, hold on, did you just actually ask this dude for a date?
Not like she wasn't intending it as a date, but he
Okay.
might
is.
interpret it some other way.
You want me to like step in and be like, excellent, I must. Perhaps we should all go together to recuperate after this.
Probably not, because this is kind of a personal matter.
Alright, then we'll leave you the heck alone. That's all.
But if you guys decide to follow me and like creep on me, that's your choice.
Okay, so after that, he kind of, you have another moment of awkward silence, and he nods and just kind of like quietly moves back to his group.
He probably assumes that I was quiet because I've been used to it.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Where's the view and hitting on everyone now?
Yeah. Luna's just
Luna's
getting all the dates. What's going on here?
Who's gonna tell what to tell?
Get more action than Adlanna. What's going on
what's
here?
happening? Okay, so you guys continue in your march, and let me see if there's anything cool I want to mention. You guys are going through the cavern,
I
and
only heard tavern.
yeah, so you guys are continuing the march,
Okay.
and all is still and quiet. You just hear a couple conversations here or there. Yeah, I think she would. The devil woman actually like just makes general talk to you again because you surmise it's because she's just bored. And
Did she ask me about the date?
no, so she comes over to Luna and says, "So, you like the older ones?"
What?
Oh, I saw you talking to Liam.
Mhm.
You know, between you and me, I think he is pretty. You know, I think he's quite a looker, especially for his age.
It's starting to hit Luna. What just happened?
She stretches one of her like sets of forearms.
Some boob sweat flicks off.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot of half elves around here. What are you doing in Toro?
I'm just visiting with some friends who had a business obligation.
Interesting. And then she is that one of your friends? She kind of like nods at Keyanthi. We don't get a lot of full elves here either. Well,
Oh, yeah, it's my cousin.
Yes, I am Luna's cousin. My name is Keyanthi. She holds out a hand to shake. The sweaty person can.
You're all sweaty.
I know. Pay for one.
She extends her hand and shakes it and says, Raxazel Thoraigna.
Nice to meet you, Raxazel. What a fascinating name.
Well, Daddy insisted it be a devil. Though, personally, I like the drowned names a little more.
I do. How do you know the deceased?
Oh, well. She's one of the matrons. My mother's the war matron. She sent me here to represent. Yes.
Oh, what's her name? What family are you from?
The Thoraigna clan. Wow, you really are from here.
I'm afraid not, no.
Keva.
My first visit to Toro.
Keva Thoraigna. The war matron is my mother. And her consort, Hakarovich, is my father.
I see. Hakarovich, interesting. Ooh, alright.
We didn't say that for the lantern saint.
And how do you know the deceased? I didn't think the Braden clan reached out so far. Perhaps.
Are you talking to Keyanthi?
Yeah, she's asking like how you know the deceased because
Okay.
the Braden clan tends to keep to themselves.
Right, and so that's Fiona is from the Braden clan?
Yeah. Well, Fiona, Ryurick is an actual member of the Braden clan.
Oh, okay.
And, but Fiona is just, you made a vague background where, like, Fiona's grandma was friends with the deceased.
Got it. Okay. Well, as you may have heard, we're just here to help with the friend on the business, but we're also here in this procession to help with our friend Fiona. She doesn't do well with heat or in crowds, so we're here to support her if she's doing well.
You see Raxazel sort of lean and look at Ryurick, and I I can see that.
Excuse me one moment. Keyanthi goes to Fiona and just checks in on her again for water.
I hand her another piece of ice.
The eyebrow and stuff.
So, like, Ryurick's, like, hugging it and drinking the water. He does seem to be doing better. And then Raxazel says, honey, you gotta just take it and put it between the boobs. That's what I'm telling you. The best. Just take the ice, put it in the chest. So, Ryurick, like, gives you this look of help.
I just kind of look at him. I'll just kind of look at him. Like, don't worry, Smokey. I'm not rolling up and down for that either.
Help!
You just gotta stick it right underneath.
And so, like, he
Sure
kind of, like, shuffles with the dress and then, like, sticks it in the moss boob. And then, like,
And then
let's see. I'll see if he manages to actually, like.
pulls it off. Oh no.
So the ice just kind of, like, falls right through the dress and onto the floor. And and then, Fiona's just kind of like,
He's just wearing generally skinny, so it looks like he could just, like, be small, right?
yeah, like, you gave him a B cup. That's canon. So,
Yeah.
Alright. So Keyanthi will bend down to pick up the supposed boob sweat and inducer. I don't know. Perhaps it was best just to hold on to it, of course. That would be a good idea, though.
I don't know. Rax says it'll just sort of shrugs and like, oh well, not all of us can pull it off, I suppose. And she looks around again. It's just like, where did she go? She's like, excuse me. Oh, my companion, the lute, has been wandering around.
Oh, I see.
I have to go find him again. I also get lost.
Well, best of luck, and thank you again for stopping by and offering some help.
Yes, thank you.
It's always fun to chat with new and interesting people.
Thank you very much.
So she goes and leaves and tries to, like, search through the crowd.
Okay, so then as an aside, Keyanthi, like, goes to Luna especially, just kind of leans in close to her. So I'm not sure how certain I am of this, but I believe I may know the man with the lute, but I also don't know if I know the man with the lute.
Why do you say that?
Well, I have an older brother, and he has a lute. That's as far as I can figure.
I have an ex-boyfriend who has a lute.
Oh,
Too.
well, I mean, there's just something there. So if you see him, keep an eye on him. I want to know for sure if I should be worried or not.
Okay, I can keep an eye on it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then we continue on with the procession. How much longer, by the way? Are we there yet?
You are
4 minutes.
yeah, you're getting closer.
We'll get there when we get there.
Let's go back to the other group again.
Alright.
That
Back
seems
to the
like a
tournament.
good stopping point for them.
Drama happening.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.